Welcome to On This Day, where we look back at the moments that made history, one day at a time. From major world events to the weird and unexpected, every date has a story. So, what happened on 17th of August? Let's find out. August 17th is one of those dates that really shows history's wide range. It's got moments of revolution, groundbreaking discoveries, famous births, and cultural turning points. Whether it's a declaration of independence or a rock star's birthday, there's always something interesting happening on this day. Let's dig in and see what makes August 17th so memorable. In 1945, Indonesia declared its independence from the Netherlands. After centuries of colonial rule, nationalist leader Sukarno read the proclamation in Jakarta. It wasn't the end of the struggle, there was a brutal conflict to follow, but it marked the birth of a new nation and a major shift in Southeast Asian history. Going back to 1807, Robert Fulton's steamboat, the Clermont, began its first successful trip up the Hudson River. It traveled from New York City to Albany in just over 30 hours. Before this, boats were at the mercy of the wind or muscle power. Fulton's steamboat kicked off the age of steam travel on American rivers. On this day in 1978, the first successful crossing of the Atlantic in a hot air balloon was completed. The Double Eagle II landed in France after nearly 6 days in the air. It was a daring feat, battling storms, exhaustion, and the sheer vastness of the ocean beneath them. In 1962, the Beatles replaced drummer Pete Best with Ringo Starr, solidifying the lineup that would become one of the most famous bands in history. The decision was controversial at the time, but it shaped the sound and chemistry that would take over the world. August 17, 1982, saw the first commercial compact discs produced in Germany. Those shiny little discs revolutionized music storage and listening. No more rewinding tapes or worrying about scratches on vinyl. Just digital sound you could take anywhere. On this day in 1943, Allied forces completed the conquest of Sicily during World War II. The successful campaign opened the door to the invasion of mainland Italy, marking a crucial step in the liberation of Europe from Axis powers. In 1896, Bridget Driscoll became the first recorded pedestrian killed by a car in Britain. She was hit by a demonstration vehicle going about 4 miles per hour. It was a tragic moment, but it also highlighted the need for safety rules in a world just discovering the automobile. In 1988, Pakistani President Mohammad Zia-ul-Haq died in a mysterious plane crash along with the U.S. ambassador to Pakistan. His sudden death plunged the country into political uncertainty and fueled endless theories about what really happened. Love discovering what happened on this day in history? Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. On August 17, 1945, Korea was liberated from 35 years of Japanese colonial rule following Japan's surrender in World War II. It's remembered as Liberation Day in both North and South Korea, a moment of joy and hope, even as it foreshadowed the peninsula's division. In 1786, Davy Crockett was born. The American frontiersman, soldier, and politician became a folk hero with his coonskin cap and larger-than-life tales, embodying the spirit and myths of the early American frontier. On this day in 1969, Hurricane Camille made landfall on the U.S. Gulf Coast as a Category 5 storm. With winds over 175 miles, it was one of the most powerful hurricanes to hit the U.S., leaving behind massive destruction and changing how the country approached hurricane preparedness. In 1908, Phantasmagorie, considered one of the first fully animated cartoons, was released in France. With its stick figure style and dreamlike transitions, it paved the way for animation as a serious art form and entertainment medium. August 17, 1970, saw Thor Heyerdahl launch the Arad II, a papyrus boat, from Morocco to Barbados. He wanted to show that ancient peoples could have crossed the Atlantic, and he did it, proving his point while capturing the world's imagination with a mix of science and adventure. And in 1986, the classic film Stand By Me was released in the United States. Based on Stephen King's novella, it told a timeless coming-of-age story about friendship, loss, and growing up, cementing itself as a beloved piece of 80s cinema. That's what happened on 17th of August throughout history. Made it this far? Drop your favorite historical fact in the comments. Learned something new? Hit subscribe and come back tomorrow. You never know what the past has in store.